kwa sababu mimi nimeshikilia huko Kakamega na Wetangula anaongeza, nataka pia Mudavadi afanye nini? Aongeze.
Na sisi wana code na wale wote ambao wanatujoin, tunamkaribisha ndugu yangu Musalia.
The push for a super opposition alliance is finally gaining momentum, with former Deputy Prime Minister and Amani National Congress leader Musalia Mudavadi seemingly at the forefront.
We are trying to look at something that is bigger than any of the individual political parties, or even bigger than any of the existing coalitions.
Having been more known for his laid-back approach to matters, Mudavadi, who once served as vice president, is keen to up his stakes as he guns for the presidency.
It's a process that I would like to champion, and it's a process that I want to share with other like-minded people. I think I come to the table with strong credentials about trust. And this is something that is in short supply when we talk about our political concession.
But in a flooded arena of former government big shots, what will be Mudavadi's bare minimum on the negotiating table should the super alliance come to fruition?
I know I have a lot of people who believe that I would be the best flag bearer.
You must up the stakes. If you don't up the stakes, you go in as a minnow, and if you go in as a minnow, nobody takes you seriously.
Perhaps it also confirms what people were saying much earlier, that they had been talking with Raila, and this kind of is coming out to confirm that. But there are also those who might think Mudavadi is coming out to spearhead this, perhaps as a strategy from Raila, so that he doesn't seem to be antagonizing his colleagues, his co-principals, Wetangula and Kalonzo. So Raila might then ask Mudavadi to be the one spearheading it, so that he doesn't rub Wetangula the wrong way.
But perhaps the biggest task facing Mudavadi is to convince CORD leader Raila Odinga to support him in the 2017 presidential contest.
I have given him support before. Yeah. I have. I've been on record as having been his running mate in the past. Don't you think it's also interesting if you reversed that question and put it the other way around?
Well, do you make them if Raila backing?
Wouldn't it be a good thing?
I suspect that the minimum would be perhaps to be the running mate. And that would make it easier also for him to galvanize the Luhya constituency.
These gentlemen in CORD don't have zero options. Kalonzo Musyoka has recently been vice president, a full term as vice president. What else can you get in Jubilee? Because the two top positions are occupied. Uhuru is president, Ruto is deputy president, gunning for president in 2022. So how can then Musyoka go there and wait until 2032? So that kind of helps them to remain united. They may hate the unity, but they have no option.
Opposition insiders claim they plot to reintroduce the positions of Prime Minister and 2 deputies, as well as have cabinet secretaries as politicians. But this only if they win the election and subsequently amend the constitution through a referendum.
How about if Raila and his team were to come up with a different architecture? They would tell Mudavadi, look here, since you come late, let us go the way we went in 2013, with Raila as presidential candidate, 1 term, Kalonzo as running mate, deputy president, and then president from 2022 with Weta as his deputy. But you come in, we're going to create a position of prime minister before we even change the constitution.
Having amassed 483,981 votes in the 2013 general election and coming in a distant third, Mudavadi feels some sense of betrayal from his own backyard.
The people of Mulembe Nation, if I may call it that way, have been very generous with their vote, to the extent that they can deny one of their own the vote and give it to another, all right? But with time, they're beginning to realize that the principle that they have held so dear is not acknowledged and respected and held in the same esteem in other regions.
Mudavadi got 353,864 votes from 4 Western Kenya counties. In his own home county of Vihiga, he managed a paltry 82,426 votes, while he got the least number of votes in Busia County with less than 20,000 votes.
The vote of the Westerner is a vote that has been more democratic than any other. All right? They have been more truthful to the democratic principles than any other region of Kenya. All right? But we are telling them that maybe it's time for them to learn to be selfish like the others, because the others have selfishly guarded their vote.
It is checkmate for Mudavadi as he hopes to outmaneuver his rivals and come out king at the very least. Samugina for Sunday Live.